Okay, other business.
In that we've gone through the exercise of revising the schedule for work sessions and council meetings, I believe council has been invited to a joint meeting. This dovetails into your observations about the Newtown Corporation, a joint meeting of the Newtown Corporation and Newtown Township. And I'm just curious as to whether we as council make up our minds collectively. I've responded that I'll be able to attend, but I don't know what council's position is in light of recent events and recent discussions, and I think it's something we perhaps could spend 5 minutes on this evening to find out if we're going to be attending that meeting, so we can at least advise the Newtown Corporation where we stand in light of your comments.
Yeah. With regard to that meeting, I sent back a note saying that my travel schedule for work is uncertain. I may be away that day.
Well, the point that Bob raises is quite important. We've been wrestling with the relationship with the Newtown Corporation for the last several years, actually the last 2 years. And in light of recent events, the Newtown Corporation, is my recommendation that we put this topic on the meeting for January 12th, at which time we invite our members of the Board of Directors from the Newtown Corporation to meet with Council to discuss with us the recent events in the Newtown Corporation and our relationship going forward. And at the conclusion of that section of the meeting, that we make a decision regarding our relationship and whether we will be attending the meeting on the 28th or not. We have discussion regarding that.
I think the issue is important, Bob. I agree. And Julie, I think your suggestion is a very good one. I'm sorry, you said January 12th as an agenda item. I would particularly be interested, and I would ask my fellow council members to support this idea of having specifically the members of the board appointed by the borough to appear at that time so we can talk about the events. I know I have a number of questions, just having read the press reports, about what happened, why it happened, and who knew it was going to happen, particularly since just several days prior to this apparent meeting where action was taken against the executive director. There was a presentation here, a discussion here, and a decision made to let the $5,000 contribution go to the Newtown Corp for 2009. I must tell you that reading what I did several days later, I was extremely troubled that the council was not aware of any information about these events that were about to transpire. And I find it very difficult to believe that people who were here that evening from the board were not aware of what was about to happen. I think that's information that we should have been aware of, that we should have had an opportunity to discuss. And as a municipality that has historically contributed to the corporation, it was not only important, but I think essential for us to be aware of these things and to actually have some opportunity to talk about it. So again, we appointed people to this board, and I think we have the obligation, and they have the obligation back to us to inquire further. So I have my questions. I'm sure other council members have theirs, and I would very much like to have the appearance by our board members that evening so we can find out more of exactly, as I say, what happened, why it happened, and particularly why we weren't told.
If we could also put a fence around the timing on that, otherwise we're...
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, we don't want it to become a protracted discussion at a council meeting. Because
you could put barbed wire around it.
It's a council meeting, not a work session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're right.
Yes,
You're right.
yeah.
But it's also, Bob, you raise it, and obviously it's important to you. And I think it's important to us for many reasons, including going forward.
Okay, so we will be inviting I will be placing this item on the agenda for the 12th, and we'll be contacting the members of the Board of Directors of the Newtown Corporation to join us in a discussion at that meeting.
May I, Julia? Because I do think it's of such importance. I would go far as to make a motion to request the attendance at that meeting of our appointed board members to the Newtown Corporation. So there's no question we really want them here. And if you would see the wisdom of that, I would ask for that action to be taken.
Is there a second?
Yes, no.
Question on the motion. Could you restate that again? I'm sorry.
I'm asking that council formally request by motion that our appointed board members appear on that evening. And that's important for other reasons as well going forward after that night. But I think it has to be clear we appointed them, we want them to come in and talk to us, and their failure to come in, having been asked, is something that would not be taken lightly.
My one concern is that there are neighbors and friends who we put on these boards, and I don't want to seem like we're Congress.
Oh, no.
Making people come to our meetings.
And that's why
I'm
I say,
sure they're interested and they will come.
if you see the wisdom, if you think it's too harsh, then I will withdraw it. But again, maybe this discussion has just reinforced the importance of it. But we really want to see them that evening. If somebody can't make it because of other reasons that are good, that obviously that's not going to happen. But given what's happened, we do need to talk to them, and that's the night to do it.
I personally feel it's a little harsh, Mike.
I'm sorry?
I think it's a little harsh.
Yeah, and we don't want to be harsh, Bob. So.
No, we want to be friendly, but friendly and firm.
Will be, okay, our board members will be friendly and firmly invited to attend. Okay. More business, under other business.
A matter of, for the preparation of that agenda on January 12th, I know Bob and I have been working on the contract for the baseball Linton Hill Park, or not Linton Hill Park, the Pickering Park.
Yes.
And we'd like to have that on the agenda for the initial discussion, and then subsequent at the February work session. So.
Okay, sure. I believe we also need a motion regarding televising the meeting on the 12th.
Yeah. Well, typically we have one meeting a month televised, and hopefully this meeting will be over shortly, so it will be a short meeting. And we typically have our regular meeting also televised, so it may be prudent to make a motion to approve a second meeting for this month. So I would make that motion to have the second meeting on January 12th be recorded for subsequent viewing on our television channels.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so the second meeting this month will also be televised. And we'll be making every effort to keep that meeting concise. Any other business?
I have one item also, which is a request for placement on the agenda. It goes back to the mayor's top 10 list, which actually is about 15. But the one regarding Stocking Works 2 and the specific issue of whether or not the State Store is something the borough wishes to keep in the borough. This is something that requires further discussion by the new council, and also, frankly, a vote, some kind of commitment if that's what is sought and what is desired. So I would ask that it be put on the agenda for the 12th, and also the public to be given ample opportunity to voice their view of that. If the vote is to commit to keeping the State Store here, there are things that have to be done pretty timely. So the sooner we address it one way or the other, I think we'll know where we're going with that project.
Okay. Anything else from council?